Alright, Star Wars fans, I'm one, been one since the first movie in the 70s. Now I posted 3 previous videos, one of a snowspeeder, one of a TIE fighter, and one of the most powerful, feared vehicles in the Star Wars fleet, the Cloud Car. And the reason why I posted those videos is because I put those back together. Now I had, buying tons of box lot quantities, I bought one that had a bunch of Star Wars stuff in it, and it had bits and pieces of ships. Now some of the stuff I recognized when I first bought it and sold. Some of the other stuff I didn't recognize, I left alone. And some other stuff like the snowspeeder parts I just held on to, because I had a snowspeeder. That's the only thing I've ever had of Star Wars other than my snowtrooper and stormtrooper. So I started thinking, well, I'd like to have a snowspeeder back, so I looked at the parts I had and started looking on eBay and started looking to ones that were missing parts, and I found one that needed all the parts that I have. So I have the snowspeeder. Same with the TIE fighter. You know, it wasn't working when I got it, and it had one of the buttons that you press to jettison the wings. It was broke, so I had to buy that button, and I got that TIE fighter going. It works too. So I'm looking back through the box of Star Wars stuff. You know, it had figures in it and bits and pieces of stuff. And I had the struts, the ones that are on the back of the engine. I actually didn't realize that that's what those were. I had 4 of them, and then I had one of the pieces that's on the end of the 4 struts, and one of the, whatever you want to call this, I had one of those. Well, oh, and I also had this piece that the gun connects to. And what I didn't know at the time, that was the front part of the bomb. So again, I get it on eBay, and I start looking around trying to find a Y-wing. And I'm gonna tell you, it was a hunt. You could find them, they were crazy in prices if it was 100% complete. But most of the ones that weren't complete, that were functioning, when I say functioning, I mean when you press the button, it actually works, and the button's back here. I'll show you that I got it working as well. I bought this Y-wing, shipping and all, it was around $30, when it was missing everything. The landing gear on the front didn't work. Basically, actually, it would lift up, but when you let it down, sometimes it wouldn't lock. You'd have to push it with your finger. It was missing the chin guns, it was missing the main gun, and of course the bomb and the struts. I take it back. It had 3 of the 8 struts. I actually had to buy another strut. So basically, what I had to buy was the Y-wing itself, 1 strut, chin guns, and the main gun. I didn't realize that the bomb was in 2 pieces, so I gotta work on that next. And some of the ones I saw on eBay, a little bit out of my price range right now, so the half bomb looks good. As far as the pilot, I got him off of eBay, and I got him on a buy it now with the pistol. It was, I want to say, around $15, and he's in pretty good shape. The R5 unit, that was in the box of parts. And the reason why he's with the Y-wing is because 1, I didn't have an R2-D2, and 2, my youngest brother that had all this, he always stuck the R5-D4 in the Y-wing. And then there's the bomb. Now, when I got this, it didn't work. And the decals run across the seams of where the top half and the bottom half connect, and I really didn't want to cut the decals, even though you can get replacement ones. I didn't want to do that. So I get online and start watching videos. The names are I'm forgetting the first name, but the other guy was Toy Polloi, and I saw how they were taking them apart, and he was real descriptive on what he was doing, as was Retro Blasting. That was the other one, Retro Blasting. So when I figured out where the engine was, or the motor, excuse me, I put good batteries in it. The battery compartment was clean on it, and I would push the button, and I started tapping on the bottom of the front of the Y wing, and it started, you know, it would kick in and stop, kick in and stop. Now it works every time I push the button. As far as the lower landing gear, the front landing gear, every now and then it will come down in locked position, but sometimes it won't. So that's no big deal. I'm not going to take it apart to fix it because I don't want to cut those decals. And basically this is just going to be on the display anyway. As I said, the little motor works, and looking in the pictures, it looks like it's the same motor that was in the TIE Fighter. And I'm going to press the button now. And there it is working. Now the main gun and the chin guns I had to order, and I wish I could remember the guy's name, but got them off of eBay. And that was that's it for the replacement parts. They fit perfect. The ship looks good, and it's not beat up to the decal wear. There is decal wear. All right, there's a shot of the back. That's just a good looking ship. Alright, so it's my understanding they only sold this 1 year. I could be wrong. It could have been sold more than 1 year. But it's another one of those vehicles that didn't get much time in the movies, but it's a really good looking ship. It's got a lot of detail. I mean, just look at it. Whole lot of detail. And then there's where your Astro unit I can't even say it. That's where all 5D4 sits. So that is a fun ship to have for your collection if you don't have it, if you collect Star Wars vehicles. Now the bomb, like I said, I didn't know it came in 2 pieces, and my understanding is that when you release the bomb from the bottom, when it hits, it's supposed to fall apart, and that's why it's missing half of it. But that's my Y-wing. Oh, also, I haven't played the new Battlefront, but I think it was when the GameCube was out. It might not have been a GameCube. Anyway, I had a couple of Star Wars games, and I would play them, and one of them you could actually fly the Y-wing. It was a slower ship, and I think it was heavily armored, but it was a bomber. At least that's what I'm led to believe. It was meant to be a bomber. Correct me if I'm wrong. I love Star Wars. I'm just not into the history and everything else of all the vehicles. But again, if you don't have this for your collection, man, you need to get it. It's awesome. Alright guys, that's it for this one. This is the last Star Wars ship that I plan on putting back together. Now if I come across a Slave 1, fairly inexpensive, I want to grab it. But I'm not holding out hope to come across one inexpensive. Guys, thanks for viewing this video. Have a great day.